Solomon Northup is one of the most notorious examples of the atrocious acts that were caused by the fugitive slave laws. This will just be a brief summary of his life and hardships. Northup was born a free person of color in what is now the town of Minerva, New York. He happily marries Anne Hampton in 1828, and after 6 years, they sell their farm and the couple moves to Saratoga Springs, New York. Anne and Northup eventually have 3 children. During the 1930s, Solomon becomes locally renowned as an extremely excellent fiddle player. Because of this talented fiddling, in 1841 two men offered Northup generous wages to join a traveling music show. But as soon as he agrees, they lead him to D.C., where slavery is legal, drug him, and then sell him into slavery. Under the new name Platt Hamilton, he was shipped to New Orleans, where he was sold into the slave market. Solomon's first owner was William Ford, and Solomon actually thought William Ford was a nice guy, but due to financial difficulties he had to be sold around, and he ended up with Edwin Epps. Epps was a tough owner. This, coupled with the fact that Epps had an abusive relationship with one of Solomon's friends, named Patsy, caused Solomon and Epps to actually fight a lot. Solomon knew he needed to get out of there. With help from a Canadian abolitionist by the name of Samuel Bass, Solomon sends out a letter which eventually leads to his freedom. Solomon's freedom was legally obtained on January 4th, 1853. Northup was reunited with his family later that month. His rescue was widely publicized, and shortly after being free, he wrote a book called 12 Years a Slave. Solomon is believed to have helped with the Underground Railroad until his disappearance from public life, and thought to have died around 1863.